I'm back. What is going on, guys? Joey Suggs here, and welcome to today's video. Now, today's video is a special one. We're back in the kitchen. All my videos happen to be in the kitchen, but this one has to be in the kitchen because we are making none other than Brandon Harding's Anabolic Pro Card Cookie. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, something feels off. I feel like I can't cook unless I'm wearing an apron. I hope I don't nip slip you guys. So Brandon did a video pretty recently about what he does and how he makes his Pro Card cookie. But he didn't go into super in depth, didn't talk about the calories, the macros, and really show you exactly how to do it. So I'm going to be taking his recipe today and showing you exactly how to do it, or at least how I would do it. I'm gonna go through everything. I'm gonna show you how to make it. I'm gonna try it. And then I'm gonna talk about whether there's things that I would improve on or whether he just absolutely nailed it straight out the bat. First things first, let's look at the ingredients. So the ingredients probably could not get any simpler. You just have water, oats, some pink Himalayan salt, protein of your choice, baking powder, almond butter, and some wild blueberries. He used frozen blueberries, I think the exact same brand. So that sounds easy enough, simple ingredients. Now, before we get into making it, can you guys do me a huge favor? Can you press the thumbs up button for me? Actually, don't press it. Can you just slap it? Maybe 3 times, 5 times, any odd number of times, but don't press it an even number of times because then it would unlike the video, and we do not want to do that. And if you're new to the channel and you like videos like this, cooking videos, diet hack videos, full day of eating, fitness related videos, subscribe to the channel. I got a ton of content coming and I want you to be part of this YouTube family. So with that being said, thank you for liking the video. Thanks for subscribing if you're new. Let's start making these awesome Anabolic Pro Card cookies. All right, so first of all, we are starting out with oats, just some basic Quaker oats. Let me apologize for the overexposure here, but you are gonna wanna start with 105 grams of oats. Moving on to pink Himalayan salt. He just said crank some, so I cranked some. And then you're gonna wanna use 1 scoop of protein of your choice. I am using the Sustained Protein Blend. You also wanna pick a flavor that's gonna be good. This is glazed donut flavor, so perfect for making cookies. Up next, 20 grams of almond butter. About typically a spoonful is what that ended up being. And that 20 grams of almond butter looks so creamy. Then we need to get a very important ingredient, and that is the baking powder. You're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of this. Comes up to about, I think, 3 grams. And then I just gave the ingredients a quick stir around to evenly mix the protein with the oats and the almond butter. Now, you're gonna wanna use these frozen blueberries right here, and this brand is perfect because the volume is amazing for the calories. They taste great too, and you're gonna wanna use 80 grams of that. Now all you have to do is add water. He didn't say an exact amount, he just said make it mushy. So I used probably like 3 or 4 ounces and then did a whole lot of stirring. Worked out to be a pretty awesome consistency. Only thing left to do now is get the air fryer going. All right, so we have our mixture here. I think it's a pretty good consistency. And the next step is to air fry. So we have our pan. He said to make sure to line it. And he also said to spray it. This going here. Get some coconut oil is what I'm using. So now all we have to do is get the cookie batter, I guess you can call it, into the air fryer. And then he said to do it for 8 minutes per side. So I don't know how I'm going to figure out how to flip this thing, but I'm gonna get it in the air fryer. Set the timer for 8 minutes on 400. That was the temperature. He said 200 degrees Celsius. I had to do the math in Google, figured it out to be around 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. So I will see you guys in 8 minutes once it is done. Okay, 8 minutes done so far. Tragedy struck as I was working and my, what is this thing called? A robe? No, not a robe. A apron broke, but all right, let's figure out how we're gonna flip this thing. It smells delicious in here, by the way. Oh my gosh. Okay, this thing is definitely cooking. Ha! That worked. Okay, so there you go. I guess the easiest way to do it is going to be to get a different piece of tin foil, take it out of the air fryer, flip it over, and then put it back in the air fryer on the other piece of tin foil. But it looks pretty tasty. The other side does need to cook a little bit more, so we're gonna give it another 8 minutes at 400 and then check it out. All right, guys, it is done. I just took it out. Wait till you see this thing. It looks gorgeous. So I kept it in for only 6 minutes. I just checked it and it looked like it was ready. So here we are. And here is what it's looking like. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's get in and give this a shot. Okay, so as we've seen, this is it. It's literally massive. All right, I just wanna try it just as is real quick. Yo, that's really good. Like really, really good. The top and bottom are like perfectly crispy. It's not too sweet at all. A lot of really good creaminess in the middle. The blueberries add a lot of sweetness and a lot of flavor. This is like spot on. Now, something else that he typically does with this is add some 0-calorie pancake syrup. I would use Walden Farms. So let's see if that adds or takes away from the flavor. That was stupid, it's just gonna add to the flavor, obviously. Put a drizzle on there. I'm just gonna smear it. Oh, ooh, yeah, so creamy. Sorry about that. Let's see. This thing, it's huge. Like, this is humongous. Oh yeah. So without a doubt, this is definitely a super, super delicious meal, dessert, snack, whatever you want to call it. Before we dive into the macros, is there anything that I would change to make this slightly enhanced, slightly better? Yes, I think I would add a dash of cinnamon and then maybe some low-calorie chocolate chips, like the Lily's dark chocolate chips would be perfect in this, I think. Maybe just sprinkle them on top before you put them in. But other than that, this is a spot-on recipe. Well, let's check out the macros, shall we? So I put everything that actually has calories into my MyFitnessPal, and it comes out to 766 calories. That is, that's kind of a lot. That's like an entire meal for me, technically. So is this really a snack? It can be, but then I have to have a really small lunch or a really small dinner to go along with it. 91 grams of carbs, 25 grams of fat, and 43 grams of protein. I wouldn't say it's a high protein meal. I mean, you can call it anabolic, I guess, because it has protein powder in it. But like, I wouldn't say that the macros of this are insane. It's not like I'm having my protein cereal with protein powder, almond milk, and protein cereal that literally has like 100 grams of protein, but they are pretty good nonetheless. And I understand that Brandon is competing for his Pro Card, that's why it's called the Pro Card cookie, and is consuming way more calories than I and probably more than you are as well. So for him, this probably makes complete sense. If I were to dial it in on my own terms, I would probably do about half of the oats, and actually really just, I would just do half the oats, maybe a little less almond butter, and the same amount of protein. It would cut the calories down by probably like 40%. And I think that would help out a lot to make it more of a snacky dessert than a full meal as far as calories go for myself. Ooh, how about this? Add a little sugar-free whipped cream on there. Let's try that. That was not the greatest sound I've ever heard, but oh well. Very good. I also find this very similar in taste to like a protein pancake. So I would say this meal is probably maybe 3 or 4 like hearty protein pancakes worth. But nonetheless, I am super impressed with how the recipe turned out. The taste is unreal. The texture is literally perfect. And I'm super happy that Brandon shared this recipe with us. I will for sure be throwing it in my diet in the coming weeks. If you guys are gonna do the same, make sure to leave a comment down below what you guys thought of the recipe, if you're gonna be using it. And if you enjoyed the video, can you press the thumbs up button for me? I know I said it in the beginning, but now I gotta say it at the end. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Like I said, content coming all the time. Get subscribed, get ready, turn your bell on. I'm ready, you're ready, we're all ready. I just gotta make the content now. And with that, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my anabolic pro card cookie, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.